Jesus and his mother were invited to a wedding. And at that wedding, unfortunately, they ran out of wine. Well, Mary took it upon herself to call Jesus into the back room, told the servants, "You follow whatever Jesus tells you to do," putting Jesus on the spot. And we read what happens after that in John chapter 2, verses 6 through 9. Now there were 6 stone water jars there for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to his servants, "Fill the jars with water," and they filled them to the brim. And he said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the feast." So they took it. When the master of the feast tasted the water, now become wine, and did not know where it come from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the master of the feast called the bridegroom. Wait, his first miracle was what? Hello, my name is Mike Ray, and welcome to another 5-minute message. Yes, that's right. His first miracle was turning water into wine at a wedding. Now, that seems kind of a frivolous miracle, but the one thing about Jesus is he never failed to use an opportunity to teach. So what was it that he was trying to teach us here? That's what I want to look at this week. The lesson I think that Jesus was trying to teach us is that we should trust him, even if we don't understand it. Here Jesus tells these servants to take this water from a cleaning vessel. Can you imagine? That would be like me having them bring me a wash tub and having them fill it full of water and say, "Here, take this pitcher of water and go serve it to the guests." But the servants did it. They didn't question him. They just did it. And they took that water and they took it out to the people who wanted wine. They didn't say, "Excuse me, sir, but they're wanting wine, not water." No, they just took it out to them. And the water became wine. It became the greatest wine they had ever drank because they trusted him and obeyed. Now, that seems to be a common theme that Jesus did. He asked Peter to walk out on the water. He asked them to feed 5,000 with just 5 fish and 2 loaves of bread. He took a blind man and he spit in the mud, smeared the mud on his eyes, and told him to go wash off. This concept was even used in the Old Testament by Elisha. When Naaman had leprosy and he went to Elisha for a cure, we look at 2 Kings chapter 5, verses 10 through 14. And Elisha sent a messenger to him saying, "Go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall be restored, and you shall be clean." But Naaman was angry and went away saying, "Behold, I thought he would surely come out to me and stand and call upon the name of the Lord and wave his hand over the place and cure the leper. Are not Abana and Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? Could I not wash in them and be clean?" So he turned and went away in a rage. But his servant came near and said to him, "My father, it is a great word the prophet has spoken to you. Will you not do it? He has actually said to you, 'Wash and be clean.'" So he went down and dipped himself 7 times in the Jordan, according to the word of the man of God, and his flesh was restored like the flesh of a little child, and he was clean. Naaman definitely did not understand why he had to go wash in the river Jordan, the filthy old river that he had better rivers he could go to. But it wasn't until he trusted and obeyed that he was cleansed. So the question is, are we willing to be obedient to the commands of God, even if we don't understand it? He said, "Love your enemies." That doesn't make a whole lot of sense in today's world. We're supposed to hate our enemies, attack our enemies, do unto others before they do unto you. We're supposed to forgive those who do evil to us. Remember, Peter asked him, "Well, how many times am I supposed to forgive him? 7 times?" He says, "No, 70 times 7. In other words, there is no end to your forgiveness. For those people who have harmed you, we are to forgive them. We're told that God knows our every thought and our every need. Well, if so, then why are we told to ask for what we need? Doesn't God know already? and probably the most difficult one for people to get past. And that's being dunked in water, what we call baptism for the forgiveness of sins. Why do I have to do that? It's just water. Look at Naaman. Naaman says, it's even dirty water. So why do I have to be baptized for the remission of my sins? Jeremiah 17:7 says, blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, who trusts is the Lord. In John chapter 4, verse 15, it says, if you love me, keep my commandments. That's the essence of what we have to do, is trust and obey. Not quibble over it, not analyze it, not determine whether it makes sense or not. That's not for us to do. Ours is to just trust God and then be obedient. So I guess we have to ask ourselves this question. Am I willing to trust and obey God? Because if we are, the reward is heavenly. Thanks for watching.